So guys, a fight that I would like to see, which is not being talked about, if Danny Garcia is able to beat Adrian Granados, I think Danny Garcia should be looking for a fight with Errol Spence. Now, Danny Garcia said that he wants to fight the big fights. They weren't very reluctant to fight Errol Spence before. They were a bit reluctant. I think Danny Garcia's not, he wasn't very keen from what, was rumoured in the media. Now, Danny Garcia's been a guy that they say that's not ducked anyone. Danny Garcia wants the big fights, and now that Errol Spence is world champion, surely Danny Garcia would consider that fight. I'm pretty sure he would, if the money's right. As Angel Garcia says, the Benjamins have got to be right. Well, the Benjamins will be right now because, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence is a big name now and he's a world champion. So it makes sense for Danny Garcia to take that fight. Danny Garcia would need a big fight. Yeah, he's getting his tune-up fight against Granados. And then hopefully we can see a fight, Danny Garcia in a mega fight. Danny Garcia is one of the big players in the welterweight division. Yes, he's not champion, but he's still a great fighter, and a fighter that should be competing with these top level guys. So a fight between Spence and Garcia would definitely be an intriguing fight. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have Errol Spence a clear favorite in that fight, and I think Errol Spence is a favorite, and I would pick him to win. But Danny Garcia is somebody that you can't overlook. Danny Garcia is a very good fighter. He's a guy with good, decent punching power. Errol Spence is technically very good, and he punches very hard as well. So that would be a hard and not a great matchup for Danny Garcia, in my opinion. But Danny Garcia needs to jump in there with into the big fights, and there's no bigger at the minute than Errol Spence, who most people regard as the best welterweight in the world. So, I think it's a great fight. I think it's a great fight. I would love to see this fight. I would love to see Spence Garcia. I think it makes sense. If Spence can't get the other champion in Porter, I'm talking from Danny Garcia's perspective. I'm pretty sure from Spence's perspective, he wants a fight with Porter because it's for the unified welterweight title. Now, if that fight doesn't come off, then a Danny Garcia and Spence fight, is the best next option for Errol Spence. And I think Errol Spence should consider that, and I'm pretty sure Garcia will consider that, the fact that, Errol Spence is a champion and the money on the table will be very good. I'm pretty sure the money will be a lot more than what Danny Garcia is getting to fight Granada. So I'm pretty sure Danny Garcia would contemplate. And like I said, Danny Garcia is known for not ducking anyone. So why wouldn't Danny Garcia consider a fight with Errol Spence? I do think he'd be an underdog in the fight, but, he was a massive underdog against Khan and he managed to pull it off. So, Danny Garcia is not somebody that you can overlook. And even the two losses he's had with Porter and Keith one-time Thurman, they were close losses. They weren't like he got blown out the water. They were very close fights that could have gone either way. So, Danny Garcia is a very good fighter. He's a very good fighter and a guy that you cannot overlook or underestimate because he comes to fight. It'll be very interesting to see if, if the Porter-Spence fight isn't made, then who, Spence is going to be in line to fight. I'm pretty sure they'll definitely make an offer to Danny Garcia. And Danny Garcia will consider it for the fact that, it's for a world title, it's for good money, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, that makes sense. I would love to see, I think, Styles make fights. I think it'll be a good fight stylistically, entertaining fight. I think Errol Spence probably... out of the two styles, you'd pick Errol Spence because he's big, he's strong, he's a good boxer and he can punch. So, that wouldn't be an easy fight for Danny Garcia, but it would be a fight where Danny Garcia can prove he's the best welterweight in the world. So it makes sense for Danny Garcia to have that fight with Errol Spence. But leave your thoughts, guys. How do you guys see a fight with Danny Garcia and Errol Spence? Is it a fight that you would want to see? Who do you think wins? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.